All right, I'll call to order tonight's March 16th, 2020 Brownfield Redevelopment Authority meeting. May I have a roll call, please?
Bailey?
Here.
DeBruin?
Here.
Frisbee?
Here.
Goss will be absent. Holmes?
Here.
Keller?
Here.
Merrill?
Here.
Reister? Here. And President Adams will be absent.
Has everyone had a chance to review the agenda and have any comments? Are there any changes, Mr. Mallory?
No changes from staff.
I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Motion been approved and seconded. Say all those in favor. This is a voice call, right? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right, so we have approval of the minutes for the night, the agenda, and we have item 4, the approval of the past meeting minutes. Everybody had a chance to review that, and anybody has any corrections or changes they want to make?
Make a motion that we approve the minutes of April 29th, 2019.
We have a motion
Support.
and support. Voice call on that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, the same. All right, well, we're here tonight to discuss and possibly make a recommendation, a motion to approve the TIF reimbursement and local Brownfield redevelopment fund disbursement request for New Leaf Management LLC redevelopment project. Everybody had an opportunity. I know this has been in front of us before. This is the final step to approving that money.
Yes, this would be the next step. We approved this last year, and we have sent all the support documentation from New Leaf Management, which was the developer at 1336 North Boulevard Street, which is formerly the Vicksburg Bronson Hospital location. And we sent it to Jared Balka, principal partner of Warner Norcross, who reviewed the documentation. And based on his review, staff is recommending approval of eligible cost totaling $132,710.94. It is per the development and reimbursement agreement that was executed on July 3rd, 2019 between the Village of Vicksburg Brownfield Redevelopment Authority and the developer, New Leaf Management LLC. A total of $125,597.44 is recommended to be dispersed from the LBRF to developer for eligible cost, and an additional total of $7,113.50 to the VBRA for plan cost. The proposed tax increment financing capture from the property will be used to reimburse the VBRA up to the total brownfield cost. So for the board, the way I've explained this is we have captured brownfield eligible dollars. This is not general fund tax money that was used. This is a tool that the state has set up through statutory oversight to assist developers in investing in property that needs redevelopment, such as here on Boulevard Street. The way this is set up at the advice of Mr. Balka is we will recapture that investment of that $128,000 over time, and it pays back a greater amount, and that's what was part of that executed agreement in 2019. So it's a pretty unique investment tool, especially for a village to have. It is our second brownfield we've executed. We executed one for 343 West Prairie the year prior to this. And again, the foundation of it is that we will use the economic tools that the state provides and that what we have to our resources with community partners and countywide partners looking to have development here in the village of Vicksburg, especially on our business side. So be happy to answer any questions, but it is our recommendation for approval. Once the Brownfield, if it is approved here, it'll move to the 7 o'clock village council meeting as it requires council approval as well. But be happy to answer any questions.
Well, from what I'm seeing, they've done a very good job of identifying and categorizing all their expenditures to date, and as long as the staff has vetted it and our attorneys vetted it, I would entertain a motion to make approval. What is the total dollar we're looking at, Mr. Mallory?
The total dollar amount is $132,710.94, of which $125,597.44 will go to the developer. I think it's important for the board and our community to understand this developer has already invested that amount of money. They've expended that amount of money. They've had the remediation work done in the areas that are covered under the Brownfield statute. They supplied the invoices for that work they have already paid for, along with certification that the work was completed. That's what our legal advisor, Mr. Balka, reviews and ensures in place for the municipality. So this is work that has been completed. New Leaf is open, has residents that are there. So again, it was very good to get the building back in use and on the tax rolls and that. But I think it's important to know no general fund tax dollars were used, and this is reimbursing investment the developer has already made. The component as well is the Brownfield will recapture this money along with the interest that's documented in the agreement from 2019. So it's the proverbial win-win. I also would like the board to know, due to the situation in the state of Michigan and recommendations from the county health, along with the governor's office, I did have communications with Mr. Balka. We did not feel a need. He would have been more than happy to come down to be here and present, as well as people, members representing New Leaf. But I advised them I felt staff could answer the questions, and due to public safety and their own individual safety, that's why they're not here in front of you.
Jim, will we be able to have an opportunity to, like, tour the building or see what it's about, or?
Yeah, they had a public tour, but we can arrange that anytime for any of the board or council members.
Because people do ask me about it.
Sure.
And so I think it would be good for me to have some idea of what it's like and so forth.
Sure, I can facilitate that. There was, for the public, and Alex and I went on the tour. Some other members of the public were there, might have been this summer sometime, but we can certainly, I'll make contact to facilitate that.
Mr. President, if I could, I have a question.
Sir?
Mr. Mallory, as it relates to the Brownfield Fund, you mentioned this is a second project, and the first one would be, for most of us in the community, the Rim and Rail or R&R Event Center.
Yes.
Do we have, or has there been prepared a document that identifies potential brownfield sites within the community, so that we have that perspective of maybe projecting or looking at those sites that may be forthcoming for similar reimbursements such as what we're talking about tonight?
Absolutely. Different, in multiple different economic tools that the state has provided. We've used PA 198 for our industrial park in Dutch Boys expansion there, along with the expansion of miniature custom molding was under PA 198. So we're very open and we feel we have a very professional and quick response to any developer who might be looking at Vicksburg to bring a business, and to not only find location that they would desire, but also look at the whole tool chest of economic incentives that assist developers as they invest in a community. And we do have substantial funds for a village still in our brownfield, and the council, this board, along with the council oversight, has those as loans that come back to the brownfield, meaning it, in theory, and you've put it to application now, 2 brownfield development sites in a row, that money revolves. That's the whole brownfield revolving fund. So that money's invested to bring a community. We start capturing it back on a year-by-year basis so it can be used for future development within the village. Short answer, there are sites identified. Wider answer is we use every single economic tool that the state provides us with local oversight and advisors we're open for business for developers.
Thank you. To put it kind of in terms that I can understand, it sounds like it's a low-interest loan as it relates to those folks that have a contaminated or a site that's been identified as blighted, where there's additional funds that are available to help incentivize them to develop that site. Is that a good way of looking at this?
It is. The money is captured on tax captures that are designed beforehand. So it's a unique loan in that the developer is the one that puts up the money. The fund reimburses the developer in the 2 cases we've done so far for their initial investment. And then we as a village in our brownfield, the VRBA capture that off the taxes to reimburse itself. And again, that's not general fund tax money. It's earmarked and set up beforehand for the brownfield.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? I'd entertain a motion.
Yeah, and then this will be a roll call vote.
Yes.
I move as submitted.
Have a motion,
Second?
have support. We'll take a roll call, please, Ms. Tracy.
Bailey?
Yes.
DeBruin?
Yes.
Frisbee?
Yes.
Holmes?
Yes.
Keller?
Yes.
Merrill?
Yes.
Reister?
Yes.
That'll move on to tonight's docket.
We
the
will,
council?
I just one note to inform the board and our community, the next Brownfield Redevelopment Authority meeting will take place on May 18th at this location at 6 p.m. I anticipate that we will put forward our current fiscal year, any amendments we might have in front of the board, and then the council meeting that same date at 7 p.m., as well as present the 2020-2021 Brownfield Redevelopment Authority portion of that fiscal year budget for the 2021 fiscal year. So May 18th at 6 p.m.
That being the conclusion of business?
The conclusion of the Brownfield, and then we will have the village council meeting will start at 7 p.m. and we will be again live streaming on that. We are encouraging our citizens to take advantage of those streaming capabilities, along with it on our website where they can find. We did, and I will inform this committee that we have closed Village Hall to the public following other municipalities and recommendations that have come at the state and federal level. There is continuous contact with our public can be made through email, our office number at 269-649-1919, and we have a drop box. Will be monitored by staff, and we'll go into more depth at the council meeting on initiatives that we have taken to ensure that this community is served. But I want to conclude with letting you all as our citizens know, all essential services of the Village of Vicksburg will continue. We still provide 24/7, 365 days a year police protection and service to our community, along with a fully staffed DPW department to ensure that we're providing the basic needs to our citizens.
Thank you, Ms. Mallory. That being said, we'll adjourn tonight's meeting and reconvene at our 7 p.m. council meeting. Need a motion to close the Brownfield meeting.
So moved.
Have a motion, we have a second.
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Now we're officially adjourned. Thank you, sir.